Don't ask and don't tell. And there's going to be no cutbacks here at United Kingdom Radio. I'm very pleased to announce there will be no cutbacks here, okay? I'm not asking anyone to save money. I think we might have to cut back the time per presenter here at United Kingdom Radio. 1 minute each. I think that's being more than generous. More than generous. A very good morning to you. My name's Chris Reardon. This is United Kingdom Talk on United Kingdom Radio. It's just coming up to 11:05 on Thursday, the 21st of October, 2010. Actually, I've had an idea now. Now, as you know, there's not just me here on UnitedKingdomRadio.co.uk. There's lots of others, right? We would like more people to join our happy little chatting party that we do here several times a week. Now, do you think you can chat for an hour each and every week? Maybe 1 hour a week? If so, we would like to hear from you. Okay, send us an email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, if you fancy having a go at a chat programme. Okay? You can sit here and chat about anything you want as long as you don't swear or don't do anything directly sexual or play any music. All right? Do you fancy having a go? Do you think you can chat for an hour? And while I was thinking about this, the strangest thing, this happened yesterday afternoon, while I was watching the it's not a mini budget, what was it? The spending review, that's it, the government spending review. While I was watching this spending review, and they were talking about cuts, of course. Cuts here, cuts there, cuts left, right and centre, because we owe so much money. How much money is it per person? Something ridiculously large. Huge amounts of money this country owes because of the last government borrowing billions of pounds. Billions of pounds. So we owe loads of money, so they've got to do some cuts and all that. And lots of people are going to lose their jobs and this, that and the other. And it's not looking good. Or at least it's not looking good for a while. You know, okay? Now, so while he was talking about these cuts, I thought to myself, well, I'll open the show with something like, we're all going to be cut here at United Kingdom Radio to a few minutes each. And then it suddenly dawned on me, there might be people out there watching or listening to this show who would like to have a go but don't feel that they can talk for an hour. Now, the way this little station is set up is that there are hour time slot. Well, I say hour, 57-minute time slots, okay? The news is 3 minutes, and then it's another, well, there's a couple of jingles. Okay, so we'll say each show is about 55 minutes long, minus the 5 minutes for other little bits and pieces, right? And I thought, what if we could get, say, 11 people to do a show each week of 5 minutes each. Or maybe 6 people. No, actually better than that. Perhaps we could get... Oh no, it wouldn't work out, would it, with 6? No. Hang on a minute, let me just work this out. So how long have we got? We've got 55... 55... divide by 7. Would that work? No. 55 divided by 11. Right. Okay. Yeah. Say we got 11 people to do a show of 5 minutes each. Does that appeal to you? Could you do a 5-minute chat show each week, with 1 or 2 people doing sort of 6 or 7 minutes to make up that extra time? Do you think you could do that? Have you been sitting there thinking, oh, I'd like to do a chat show. Oh, I don't think I could go for an hour. Oh, believe me, I can go for an hour. Oh, hundreds of satisfied customers. Oh, sorry, that's another subject. Could you talk for 5 or 6 minutes, perhaps? Would you like to have a go? If so, send us an email And what we could do is get sort of so many people doing that 5 or 6 minutes and then joining it all together and creating another show out of all those little shows. Just an idea. Just an idea that sort of came into my head last night while I was watching this spending review. If you have any interest in that at all, then send us an email and I'll get back to you sometime after the show, perhaps tomorrow, this afternoon or later tonight, okay? My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. What do you need? A computer and a microphone. That's it. Okay, that's all you need. You've probably got it there right now. Do you think you could do a 5 or 6 minute chat show each and every week? Maybe you want to just try one yourself, okay? I know that this station to me is about giving other people a go. I want you to be able to do what I've been doing for 5 or 6 years, easily, okay? Do you fancy having a go? A 5-minute chat show. Why don't you, when the show's finished, don't turn off now, and please don't tell me off. I'm desperate for viewers and listeners. Desperate. Desperate. Don't turn me off. It's actually quite difficult to turn me off. I go on and on for hours. Do you reckon you can talk for 5 or 6 minutes? If so, send us an email and I'll get back to you later on and tell you what to do, okay? Maybe you just want to do a little test show and you want to send it to me to have a listen. Chris, can you have a listen to that? Please don't play it to anyone because I'm embarrassed. Yes, that's fine. It won't go any further, okay? Do not I have the face and the voice that you trust? Thank you very much. If you've any interest in that at all, please let us know, okay? And I'll come back to you. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, we need a few people doing this. If just one or people come forward, then we might not be able to do it, or maybe the answer is to see how many people come forward and then we can divide that hour up. You tell me how long you reckon you can talk for. How's that sound? Okay? Have a go. Go on, you might enjoy it. You talk about anything you want. Maybe you're really into sport. Maybe you're a football fan. I hate the game. Talk about football. Maybe you like television. Do us a TV review. Do you go to the cinema? How about a film reviewer? Are you interested in model railways? Talk to us about model railways. Anything at all. Okay? chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, if you're with us live, check your clock. Here in the UK, it's just coming up to 12 minutes past 11 on October the 21st, 2010. If you are with us live, you can join in on the Skype. My Skype username is United Kingdom Radio. You can either call in or send a little message, a live message, okay? United Kingdom Radio is our Skype username. Or indeed, if you've got a telephone, a local London number for you, 020 3287 1488. 020 3287 1488. Good news, boys and girls. Mike Cullen fans will be pleased to know he is back from his holiday in Benidorm. Oh yes, our presenters go to all the best places, dear. Benidorm. How wonderful is that? And he is back here on United Kingdom Radio tonight, Thursday night at 8 o'clock UK time. We've got some live messages coming in at the moment. Good morning to Ben Parker. Good morning, Ben, in London. Our karaoke friend, Ben. He does his own karaoke nights. Where are you somewhere tonight, Ben? Let us know. Good morning to Vagazzle in Hove, who didn't turn up at the Saltdean Tavern. We were waiting for hours. Vagazzle, I was waiting for you hours to turn up. We got there about 3 o'clock and I left just before closing time at 11 because we thought you might make an appearance. I sat there for hours, spent a fortune. Mind you, I did have a nice time looking at Jack, the waiter. Oh, God, he's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Jack, the waiter in the Saltdean Tavern. Very disappointed you didn't turn up, Vagazzle. The other two turned up, Dave Lynn and Sam. And we sat there. Well, I sat with my mate Jason, and we had a lovely carvery. We had, get this, because they got another special offer. This is a place called the Saltdean Tavern, which is a large pub that does food in Saltdean, which is just next to Brighton, very close to Brighton and Rottingdean on the south coast. and they have a carvery in there every day, right? We had the full roast dinner. I went back for 2 lots of potatoes. Oh, you got to have the roast potatoes. Oh! I'm a sucker. I'm an absolute sucker for roast potatoes. I love them. Can I just tell you something? Now, I don't want this to go any further. Let me just check there's no one listening. No one listening, is there anywhere? My sister cannot do roast potatoes. Now, don't you dare tell her this. And Martin, her husband, watches this show sometimes. Don't tell her this, right? She cannot do roast potatoes. Last Christmas, she done it's goose fat, and it was they were awful. They were awful. I've been trying to convince her this year to come to a hotel and we'll have Christmas dinner there. But she, no, I want to cook it. I mean, everything else, it's just the roast. She doesn't seem to be able to do roast potatoes very well. It's rather disappointing. However, they do at the Saltdean Tavern. You have piles of these roast potatoes. There's a very nice chef there. I think he's from one of the African countries, and he's always very, very pleasant to us. And he gives my friend Jason extra food. I noticed this because Jason's plate was bigger than mine. I think he must fancy my friend Jason. Anyway. So we're in the Saltdean Tavern, lots of pensioners sitting there, little old ladies and their old husbands are sitting there having a cheap meal. So we had the 2 roast dinners. I had a cup of tea. He had one of those, is it appetizer, some apple juice thing, appetizer. And not only that, 2 free ice creams. How much do you reckon that was then? Yes, £10.50. I mean, you can't go wrong, dear. Why on earth people want to queue up in Kentucky Fried Chicken and Burger King and McDonald's and have the same, a Big Mac, do you want fries, and a Coke, and that costs them £6. We had a full roast dinner and an ice cream and a cup of tea, £5.50. Ring! Thank you very much. Everyone's satisfied, and me and Jason waddled out of that pub. Because we felt so fat. I'd eaten so much, dear. I didn't have anything the rest of the way. It's a lie. I did have a couple of bags of crisps on the way home. Oh, and a couple of choc ices at Jason's house. But you come out of these pubs after a carvery, you are not hungry. You can't be telling me you don't have McDonald's and you're not hungry an hour later. Eh? Come on. Get out of these blooming fast food places and go and have a proper meal at one of the carveries. Either Crown Carveries, £3.59, I think, £3.49, I think, for a carvery there, or Toby Carvery, and they're £5.50. I gather they're the same company. There's very, very little difference. I don't know why the 2 price differences. There's very, very little difference in the quality of these 2 places, if any at all, all right? You've got to get out there and have a go. Some more messages coming in. Oh, yes, Vagazzle says, just get Ron, your best friend, to record an hour each week, Chris, and once you slow it down a bit, you should have enough to fill a full week schedule. The trouble is with Ron, I don't think he'd start doing it and then he'd lose interest and he'd disappear into oblivion. Eh? Leon, our farmer. Leon, our 18-year-old farmer. Good morning, Leon. Have you been herding cows this morning? And was my sister one of them? That's the question. Eh? Leon gets up at like 5:30 in the morning and does things like herding cows and moving sheep around. You know, he doesn't actually lift them up and move them. He just, how do they do? Have you got a sheep dog? Have you got a sheep dog? And is that dog one of my exes? Have you got one of my exes running around after sheep and that sort of thing, pushing them in their various pens? Eh? Does sheep have pens or is that just pigs? Do you do pigs as well? Do you do pigs, Leon? Leon says, I'll do a 30-second. Hello, it's United Kingdom Radio. I'm Leon Corrigan, and goodbye, thanks. Well, that's not much of a show, is it, Leon? You could do a six-minute farming review of the week. How's that sound? And you could tell us about everything you've been doing on your farm. Eh? Just an idea. That's it. He's got 2 dogs and no pigs. Are they those Lassie type dogs? What are they called? You know that film Lassie? Oh, what are they called? Well, when I was married, yes, I was married once actually. Don't sound so surprised. I was married once. We had, that was it, a border collie. Have you got collies? Oh, I knew you'd have collies, Leon. We like collies. I had a border collie. We had a border collie, and her name was Lady, and she was the most beautiful dog. I used to take her for hours walking just to get out of the house. Oh, I can't be with someone for too long. You know that. That's why I'm alone. That's why, Leon. Have you been herding the cows today? Do let us know. Ben says, Border College. Yes, that's the one. Ben is hosting karaoke tonight if you're in the East London vortex. He is at the Carpenter's Arms, Cambridge Heath Road, Bethnal Green, very near where the Cray twins were. You can sit in that pub and sing away, knowing that the Cray twins were at one point running that part of London. Yes. 9 till 12 with Candy the Slag and Drag. Now, Candy, I had to tell you, she's a bit blue on that microphone, dear. Very blue on the microphone, okay? Mr. Ben's karaoke tonight, Carpenter's Arms at Thursday nights, Cambridge Heath Road, Bethnal Green, okay? Leon's just writing a message. Can you type quicker? Because we can't get the messages through. Good morning to Matthew. Morning, Matthew. Just a sec. Where's his message gone? Oh, I've got two screens in front of me. Oh, there we are. All right, okay. Let's have a look. Oh, that's not a very nice message, is it, Matthew? I'm going to have to block you for that, I think. I might have to block you for that nasty message. How very nasty. How very, very nasty. Perhaps if you don't like me, you shouldn't watch the show. Isn't it strange how people that dislike you watch the show or listen to the show? How odd is that? Sounds a bit mad to me, does it you? Leon says, today, no moving, apart from one got out, so we had to herd it back in. What, one of your cows? Did they escape? Are they running away from you? I used to find that with people as well. Very, very strange. Vagazzle says, get Leon to do a show. It could be the United Kingdom radio version of The Archers. Yeah, we need a few more people there. That's what we need, isn't it? We could do a few more people, and you could have your very own soap opera, something like that. Does that sound a good idea? Eh? Just a suggestion. Just a suggestion. Now, where were we? Leon says, yes, one cow. They just run through the barbed wire. That's not very good, is it? Cows escaping all over the place. I don't like the sound of that. Maybe, Leon, you could call your show, as Ben is suggesting, Dead Enders. Eh? Dead Enders? Mind you, EastEnders, I mean, it's practically an epic TV series when you compare it with the awful programme on ITV2 at the moment called The Only Way Is Essex. Now, we touched on this last week. It's going to be one of the worst programmes. Terrible acting. They haven't got a clue what they're doing on this programme. Okay? Anyway, on this week's show, on the first show, the girls were doing something to themselves called Vagazzle. Have you heard of this? Vagazzle. It's the most awful thing you've ever seen. These girls were laying down on, like, beds, upwards, in bikinis, having little sequin-type things stuck just above the ladies' area. Now, what is that all about? Eh? It's just awful. It really is. Little sequins stuck just above themselves. It's called Vagazzle. Yes, this thing... I'm not making this up. These girls were on there. Now, this week, they were doing something different. This is like a pampering thing that these girls have done. Oh, we got a call coming in. Hello, Millie. I'll be with you in a second, my darling. We'll take your call in a second. All right, we're just chatting at the moment. So they had the Vagazzle done. This week, they were doing a fish pedicure. Have you ever heard of that? A fish pedicure. Once again, it's the girls. And this time, they are like laying in baths, like in a bath, together, two girls, right? Surrounded by little fish that are nibbling away at them. called a fish pedicure. I mean, I can't think of anything worse, can you? What some of these people get up to. One of the girls wants to do, and they all talk like that, innit? Yeah, they all talk like that. The trouble is, all these people are actors. Or actresses. And you can tell that the accent is so badly put on, and the programme, it just doesn't flow. I mean, the best bit on the show this week was someone's nan. Let me see if I wrote down her name here. I don't think I wrote down her name. What was her name? Nanny someone or other. Let me see, is it here? No. 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 The best part of the show was when someone's nan bought in a bread and butter pudding for the boy to eat. Have you seen it? It's awful. The Only Way Is Essex. ITV2. They're got to be the worst show on the telly at the moment. So badly made. Really badly made, that. I don't think there's anything more to say about that one. Oh, yes, Kirk. That's it, Kirk. Who's a very, very pretty... I mean, the thing is, they all look very, very pretty. The girls have got far too much makeup on. Everything about them is false. The boys are all dressed up in design. I don't know where they get the money from all this stuff. The boys are all dressed very, very smartly. Nice haircuts, this, that and the other. But it just doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. They say it's like a documentary soap sort of thing. But it's not. Because they're actors in there and it's just not coming across. There's gaps, like when you're having a conversation with someone and there's like awkward gaps in it and you cringe while you're watching this programme. The Only Way Is Essex, ITV, on Sunday nights. This boy Kirk fancies this girl Amy. Now, Amy wants to do modelling and she wants to, the breasts out and all that business. Okay? And he's not going out with her, but he is showing interest in her, but he hasn't quite made the move. And for their first date, he wants to take her to a zoo. Now, I don't know what you think about that. But I don't really think that's a good place to go for a first date. What do you reckon? Looking around at elephants and giraffes. I mean, wonderful creatures, dear. Elephant and giraffes. But for a first date? Not so sure about that. I mean, maybe Kirk should take Amy to Leon's farm to go and see his cows. Leon says, the Essex thing, I'd rubbish. I watched it last night. It's awful. Awful, awful programme. So there we are. That's that. Now, I'm wondering if Millie has ever done any topless modelling. Have you, Millie?
God, no. And I have a question for you, Chris. And
yes.
It's kind of personal.
Personal question?
Yes, because it's something I'm experiencing at the moment.
Is this?
And I need to know how to deal with it.
Well, I hope this is to do with something we've been talking about so far.
Whoops. No, I better wait with it.
Okay, then wait with it. Well, what our little bits and pieces so far? Have you got anything to say on those?
First of all, no, I have not done any topless modeling, nor would I ever do any topless modeling.
Just an idea for you. I mean, I am considering doing
God, no! God, no! You couldn't pay me. You could not pay me.
I think I'm gonna sort of consider doing it myself. I think I'm not sure yet.
Chris,
what?
Don't even.
Go.
Do not go there. I mean, now I'm the first to admit you are very nice looking.
Yes.
But not a good idea for you to do that. Mm-mm. No, and as far as the zoo being a good place for a first date, for
Yes.
some that see,
Huh?
remember you just said about the zoo not being a good place for a first date?
Yes.
For some it might be.
Would you take someone to the zoo for a first date?
If I knew they liked animals.
Yeah. Where would you like to be taken for a first date, Millie?
Oh boy. Okay, well, here we go. Now I'm about to get teased by Chris again.
Yes.
I am the romantic type. I would go for the not necessarily overly expensive restaurant, but nice little place where you can do the candlelight dinner thing,
Yes, yes.
And maybe a movie.
A movie?
A film, a
Okay,
film
yeah,
at the
yeah.
cinema.
What would you like to see? What sort of movie would you like to see? That's the question.
Well, one of my favorite films, and I don't know if you've seen this, but it's called The Lovely.
The Lovely?
Yes.
The Lovely what?
That is the title of the movie, and it's the story of Cole Porter's life.
Okay.
And it's with Ashley Judd and Kevin Kline, and if you have not seen it yet...
Who?
Kevin Kline.
Oh, who's he?
Okay,
Actor or some sort, is he?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, you know I'm not good with actors. I never remember their names. Very few actors I remember their names. Although I did see someone who looked rather nice last night on the telly, Brad Pitt. He does
look nice,
yeah.
Yes. He does look nice.
Yes, he does, yes.
But
do you think he'd want to take someone to a zoo on their first date?
I think that Brad Pitt is the type that would pay attention to detail, and depending on what his prospective date, what she is interested in,
yes,
he would pay attention to that and base his choice for a first date on those.
Oh well, if you say so, dear. Nice to talk to you, Millie.
Yep, I'll email you with the rest later, okay?
Please do. Thank you. Lots of love to you, darling, all right?
Okay, I love you
Bye-bye,
too.
Millie. There we are, Millie in Minnesota this morning, chatting away. I'm from Minnesota, back to the UK, and Terry Turner and his ongoing, very complicated competition to win a Robot Stream 202 radio. Good morning, Terry.
Morning, my darling. How are you?
Are you alone this morning? I don't see anyone with you today.
I have the one and only Gavin Bass with me as well.
Good morning, Gavin.
Morning, Chris.
All right, what are you doing? Cooking?
No, I'm trying to help Terry get some software for his computer.
Oh, what's this for then?
Well, he's got the program called Log Me In, like
yes,
you've got.
Yes. It's all free, that is.
Yeah, and but is there any desktop program that you can put on your computer or use like a remote desktop instead of going to a website?
Oh, I don't know.
You're asking someone technical here.
Person now.
But we shall have to continue looking.
Yeah.
Chris, but what I was going to talk to you about was first dates and things.
Huh?
First dates and things, and where would you take someone, being romantic?
Yes.
It's got to be, hasn't it? It's got to be go and see a film.
Yes.
I think for me personally, it has to be a comedy.
What would you say?
Find something in common.
Oh, you're supposed to snog someone in the back of the cinema if you're laughing your head off.
Oh well,
Oh, what's the point of that?
You find a way, don't you?
Oh no, you got to do a romantic thing. A romantic thing.
Yeah, but let's face it. If it was someone like Leon Corrigan, you'd then take them to McDonald's afterwards, wouldn't you?
I don't know if he'd want to go to McDonald's and eat one of his own cows.
So, what do you mean? My quizzes are difficult.
Well, they are. You and your numbers, select a number from the vault and all. How does that competition work? Explain it to us, because I haven't got a blooming clue how that competition works.
Well, it's nice and simple. So that's why
Nice and simple?
It's simple, trust me.
Well, go on, get on with it. How's it work?
Okay, well, this Friday, we're continuing our stack of words. Now...
What time is the show on first?
8 o'clock,
and
UK
where
time.
can they hear this?
Say again?
Where do they go to listen to the show?
Where? UnitedKingdomRadio.co.uk.
Right, it's like trying to pull teeth today, it really is. Go on, yes.
Oh dear. Anyway.
Get on with it, dear.
In the first round, nice and simple, you have to name a Simpsons character, from the TV show.
Yes.
So, for example, give me a character, because, we might as well do this while we're here.
Marge.
Now, that hasn't been said, but...
Really? No one said Marge?
No.
I find that hard to believe.
But, well, it just shows the level of intelligence, doesn't it?
Well...
Anyway, so, Marge, now that hasn't been said, but I will tell you that it is correct and is answer number 2 on our list.
Yeah.
So, what happens then? You go through to round 2, nice and simple. I then ask you for 5 digits between 0 and 9.
Right.
Now, last week, I think it was Mark.
So I have to get the question right first, do I?
You do.
Right. So I've said Marge Simpson. So now you're going to give me numbers. Is this correct?
Well, what you've got to do is give me some numbers. You're going to give me 5 digits.
Okay.
Between 0 and 9.
All right. Shall I do that now?
I think what we should do. Let me just open up my little file here. Because this is the file that, and I'll tell you this as well, that the numbers don't change each week. The numbers are always the same.
Oh, so how many chances are there with those 5 numbers you're asking for? How many combinations of those 5 numbers are there?
Quite a few. Quite a few. But now, I will give you the numbers that it was Mark that got them right last week.
Yes.
I'll give you the numbers, but they're not in the right order, or some of them are not in the right order. Now, he gave me the number 4,
Yes.
9, 7,
Yeah.
1, and 6.
Right.
Now, Mark got one of those numbers in the right place.
Which one?
Well, I'm not going to tell you which one.
Oh, how can you work it out from that then? You
You've
might as well
got
not
to
have
listen.
any. You might as well not have had any of the numbers.
You've got to listen to the entire show.
For God's sake. No
So
one can
no.
ever win this, can they?
Oh, of course they. I think this is going to go this week. You see, if people listen to the podcast,
I will be very surprised if it does.
if people have listened to the other podcasts, they'll know what other numbers, those other 5 numbers, have been said and what ones are in the right places.
It's easier to win the bloody lottery, dear. It's easier to win the bloody lottery than it is your Robert Stream 202 radio.
Yeah, but think about it, look. On this show today, we've said all 5 numbers. There's one in the right place. So that's given everybody a good chance of getting the numbers.
Well, which one is it?
Well, all right, I will tell you.
You're telling me that one of those numbers is the correct number in the right place.
Well, I will tell you.
I
I will tell you it's the number 6 that's in the right place.
Oh, right, okay.
Now,
But
give me your 5
before
digits.
Before I started talking to you about this today, you wouldn't have told the dear listener that, would you?
I wouldn't have done, no.
So how does anyone work that out? You can't work it out. It's all chance.
Well, of course you get. You've got to write it all down.
Well, here's my numbers then. 81326.
Now, look, where did I say in that code the number 8 was?
You didn't.
Exactly. I said last week we had 5 numbers, and those 5 numbers were correct, but not in the right order.
Oh, the 5 numbers were correct.
Yeah.
What, 497?
We've got that far, you see.
49716.
Yes, they're the numbers.
They are the numbers.
And number 6 is in the right place.
All right. Well, let's have another go then, dear.
God, dear, it's different. It's like pulling teeth.
17946.
Say again, sorry.
17946. Have I won?
No, but you did get one number in the right place, and that was obviously the number 6.
Go away. This is just getting annoying now. I don't want to play anymore. I'm now being... I'm spoilt now. I'm spoilt kid. I'm going to throw my toys out of the pram, dear.
Well, you see, you've got plenty of chances to win on Friday night.
I will. I'm sure lots of people will. What time is that on?
8 till 9 UK time.
8 till 9 on Friday night, UnitedKingdomRadio.co.uk. Terry Turner and Travis Mitchell.
Well, no, this is the thing. I'm all alone this week.
Oh, why is that then? Can't you get a co-presenter to help you? Can you cope on your own?
Oh, I can cope. No, Travis is going to see, I'm not sure if he's going to Birmingham or somewhere like that, but he's going to see the Doctor Who live show.
Ah, yes. That's with orchestra and everything, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm
Fantastic.
I'm actually a little bit jealous, you know.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
I'd love to go. I mean, there's nothing quite like seeing a full-size Dalek, is there?
Oh, well, you see, the BBC are doing it all. When the BBC does something, you know you're in for a good night. What do you think about the lights? Oh, I've just got a message here from my cousin's with us today. My cousin Helen. She's in a very posh area called... I can't remember where it is now. Damn. Can't remember where she is. Oh, Helen, where are you? No, I can't remember. But she lives in a posh area, and she has got a canal at the end of her garden.
Oh, my goodness.
A canal. There's several times I've tried to push my cousin into that, but it hasn't happened. And she says, you are so cool about your sister. Also, if you need proof, Mum has your wedding photos.
Oh.
I know, yeah. My auntie, we never kept the wedding photos, but my auntie kept the wedding photos, and she has got them. They are actually on my website somewhere. There's only 2 of them. Have you ever found those, Terry?
Oh, yes. You'd be surprised at what lengths I've gone to get pictures of you.
I expect you've gone all over the place looking for those bits and pieces.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I was told.
Thank you very much, Terry. We look forward to your competition on Friday nights.
Yes, thank you, Chris. Keep those numbers, because you might just win.
What do numbers make?
Those numbers, hopefully, will unlock the prize vault. The numbers are 4, 9, 7, 1 and 6, and number 6 is in the right place.
Oh, someone's going to win. Thank you, Terry.
Thanks, Chris.
Bye-bye. They're all coming on here to advertise their own shows. Vagazzle says, perhaps if you organised the date while drunk, a date with someone, it would be good to go to the zoo. That way, if the other person turned out to look like a bit of an animal, you could pretend you lost them and do a runner. I like the idea of that. I have noticed over the years, Vagazzle, not recently because I don't seem to get dates anymore, but over the years, while sitting in public houses, people often said to me, I'm just going to the toilet, and never reappear. Isn't that strange? I wonder why that is. She said there's only one place to go for a date, Wetherspoons with a smoking area. No, thank you. We're not going anywhere with smoking areas. Vagazzle wouldn't be able to cope with a date unless she could have a cigarette at the same time. That's what I reckon. Ben in London says, Nanny Pat is the name you were looking for on the Essex programme. Nanny Pat, who does look like she makes a nice bread pudding. But you see, even when she was talking to her her grandson on that programme, it just wasn't flowing. There's like gaps between when one person finishes talking. Just doesn't flow for some reason. Ben also says, I booked a wonderful table for my first date, but no one would lend her a cue and some chalk. Oh, you didn't take your first lady to a blooming pub, did you? To play pool? That's awful. That's awful. Ben also reckons Terry's competition sounds like Mastermind with numbers. I think it's very difficult. So he reckons someone's going to win that this week. So we'll see. Wayne says maybe the toilet is a time machine. Do you think that's what it is? I don't actually see them go into the toilet. They kind of head towards the exit door. And I'm kind of thinking, is there an outside toilet here somewhere? You know? Anyway, there we are. Now, we started some emails. Oh, blimey, is it 11:45 already? I can't believe where the show goes. Where does the time go, eh? Dear me. It's already that time. Look at it. Yeah, we started some emails on the last show, so we're going to finish those today, hopefully. Mark, who's in Bristol, was talking about a few bits and pieces. Especially, he was talking about Vagazzle. He says, Vagazzle sounds like a scream. I still imagine her in the pink dress you suggested. Now that Terry Wogan has gone, perhaps there's a place for Vagazzle. Yeah, we reckon Vagazzle could do a show on BBC Radio 2. 88 to 91 FM. This is Radio 2 from the BBC. We like the sound of that. Radio 2 in a frock. Nice music, but who's round the back? That's the question. Mark says, I did try to use Skype to chat, not a phone, but no idea how it works. Oh, you'll be all right with that. Just give it a little bit of a chance. You should be all right with Skype. I did the instant messenger, but alas, my Prince Arthur in Merlin didn't answer. Oh, we like Merlin. No, you can't Skype Merlin while it's on. They're busy, fighting and that sort of thing. He says, star signs. You are Aquarius. That's right, yes I am. Me too. I was always told our ruling planet, Uranus. Is it? What does that mean? Ruling planet. Is there a planet that's spinning around outside us, within our solar system, ruling our lives? How does it do that? A bit of rock turning around. I don't understand. Please tell me. Mark says, Millie sounds a lovely lady. Yes, indeed she is. Send her my love. Watched a couple of your YouTubes singing Streets of London. Also with Gwen. She's a diamond. Yes. There are a couple of videos of myself and Gwen singing Streets of London. Of course, if you're a regular viewer and listen to the show, you will know that Gwen died sort of halfway through this year from a long battle with cancer. And she's often on my mind, you know, Gwen. She was just a wonderful lady. Always I spoke to her most days of the week. After she was diagnosed with a cancer, she had a bit of treatment, and then she spent a lot of the time at home after that. And most days we did talk on the phone, and I kind of missed those phone calls. She was wonderful, Gwen. Wonderful lady. On the subject of Pontins, Mark says, we went a few years ago to Pontins in Minehead. Now, I'm surprised you say that. I don't think you mean Pontins. I'm sure it was Butlins in Minehead. I don't think there's a Pontins in Minehead. I think you find it's Butlins. I might be wrong. Mark says, I was booked as a special guest entertainment. I was on the radio at the time. Really? Did you do a radio show, Mark? You never told me this. He says, oh, I agree. Radio now is rubbish. All generated with no personalities. Yes, you're right. That's why we do this. Because we can be ourselves. You know, very few rules. Don't swear. Don't do any sex stuff. And don't play any music. That's about it. That's the only rules. There are people out there who think there are all these hundreds of rules. There isn't. 3 rules. Stop moaning. Anyway, the food was lush and the room was basically a place to sleep in. Yeah, I mean, what do you want from a hotel room? You know, not like my friend Ron. Has to go in 5-star hotels. What's all that about? What do you do? Sit in a hotel for all that time? It's just a waste of money, 5-star hotels. All you want is a bed and a shower. Finally, Chris, Mark says, if you win the lotto, why give a top-class mixer, mic and computer to your presenters? That is exactly what I'd do. I would. If I won the lotto, all our presenters would get a brand new, spanking new computer. I love that word, spanking, don't you? Do you like spanking? Not really into that. You know, when people start hitting... What's all that about? Spanking and whipping. I don't understand that at all. Not my cup of tea. I'm sorry. I'm very, very normal, shall we say. I do not like all that business. Don't want to talk about all that. Thank you. Yes, I will give them a spanking brand new computer, top of the range. They will get a decent microphone and a mixer as well. And they'll be able to sound even better than they do now, my presenters. Yes, on UnitedKingdomRadio.co.uk. She says, he says, OK, Stacey, Suko, Tom, Paul, and the mouth of the North. But Terry Turner, throw him a burger. I'll tell you what, Terry, if I win the lottery, I won't buy you a computer. I won't even buy you a burger. I will buy you one of Leon Corrigan's cows. And you can cut it up yourself and make as many burgers as you want. And Gavin can cook you them and burn them under his grill. Dear. Well, just got a call. The other half is on his way home. Get excited. He told me to drink some Red Bull and do the ironing. I hate them. You don't want to be drinking too much of that Red Bull stuff. What's in it? Tartrazine, or I don't know what it's called. Tartrazine, full of sugar. Very, very bad for your Red Bull. Really bad. Don't drink any of that awful energy drink. Have you seen those little energy shots you can buy now? Lucozade. All it is sugar. That's all there is in there, I reckon. Sugar. Horrible stuff. My cousin Helen says, I'm sorry. Oh, they're in Surrey. I beg your pardon. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Helen, my cousin, is in Surrey. I knew it. Is it Carl Shorten? I think she's in Carl Shorten in Surrey, which is a very posh part of the world. That's where my cousin Helen is. And if I was to throw her in the river, she can swim, she says. Well, it's a canal. It's not a river. It's a canal at the bottom. She does punting. Do you know what punting is? The Americans might not know what that is. Punting. It's like where you get in a boat and you've got these sticks and pull yourself along. Punting. Is that what punting is? Or is it when you're on a horse and knock balls through loops? What's all that about? Don't understand. I can't remember. I think it's something to do with boats. I'm not quite sure. Hello to James, who writes, Hi, Chris. Enjoying your shows. I've been listening for a while and to other shows as well. Keep up the good work. Just one question I would like to ask. Is your website friendly with all browsers? And the schedule comes up in Internet Explorer when I'm on another computer, but when I use AOL web browser on my home PC, it doesn't display properly. I'd like to keep update with who is on. Now, it's interesting you say that, actually, James. Other people with AOL have said the same. There seems to be some sort of different or problem with the way it shows on AOL. But Lee, who makes all the website for us, he is working on a brand new website at the moment, so that should hopefully change this. All right, James? And we were talking about companies and their frontline staff on a previous show. James says, as for companies, the frontline staff are very good, but ringing a call centre can be a nightmare sometimes. That seems to be the way it goes these days, and it seems like now there is no way forward of getting it resolved, from James. Oh, absolutely, I agree with you entirely. Call centres, absolute pain. They are absolute pain trying to get through to them and all that business. Press one here and press two there. You know, and there isn't an answer because they're not going to change it. I mean, if you could take your business elsewhere to a company without a call centre, would you do it? I'm sure you would. But you can't because there isn't. Are there any companies now out there, large companies, that don't use call centres? Very, very annoying. Vagazzle is sending a message who says, nice one, Chris. You just managed to mix punting, croquet and polo into one sport. Well, the idea there, Vagazzle, was, you could get 3 exercises for the price of 1 there. Couldn't you? Good morning to Zach in Australia, who joined us rather late this morning. Good morning, Zach, who says he's in Orange County in Australia. In Tara's show, there's 24 different combinations from the numbers we have. It's a good thing we know about one of the numbers, otherwise we'd have 120 combinations. Oh, dear me. I believe that it will go off on Friday. I only wish I could be there to try. He said, there we are. Harry Potter spent most of his life. Any wonder it's posh, given the state of his aunt and uncle? What, Surrey? Yes, that's right. Harry Potter spent most of his life in Surrey because it is posh there. I can't afford to live in Surrey. My cousin can, but that's probably because it's not her house and it belongs to her parents. I'm actually meeting my cousin Helen. We're going to be in Australia at the same time next year. And Helen, as I stand here, as I sit here today, I promise that I will take you for a meal at Subway on Oxford Street in Sydney, okay? You and I must go to Subway in Oxford Street in Sydney when you're on holiday. I promise to take you there. And when we're sitting there, we will remember this moment together, my dear. My dear, dear cousin Helen. Bless her heart. What's Wayne is sending something here. Wayne is sending me something. Let me have a look at that. Click potato. Oh, it's about Merlin. Okay. Episode 6. Oh, that was. Oh, yes. There we are. There's a Merlin site, isn't there? Thank you very much for that, there, Wayne. Ben says, Chris. Okay. Yes. Thank you very much for that, Ben. Private little thing there. And Zach says, an absolute pain is an understatement. Who's an absolute pain? Who is? What, ringing call centres? I know. Don't you hate them? He was sleeping early. It's woken up specially to listen to this show. That's what you call dedicated listeners. James has sent another message here. It says, just to say, you were saying you don't know why people listen to the show. Well, I don't. That's the truth. You know, when sometimes I think, you know, it's very difficult to listen to your own stuff. I find that incredibly painful. And I kind of listen to it and I'm thinking, what a load of old rubbish that was. Why are people listening, you know, or downloading the podcasts? James says, I'm hoping that people listening to your show are thinking the way I do, that you and the other presenters on this show give the personal touch that I think that mainstream radio is now lacking. Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, when you listen to some of these independent local stations, it is very impersonal. I have to say, BBC Local is a bit better at that. It does sound more personal. Glad to see that you've got something unique on your station. Keep up all the good work. I hope to have many hours listening. It's always interesting to hear what you have to say. And of course, the other presenters here. It's not just me on here. As I say, we've got a whole host of presenters. And if you ever can't listen to the shows live, you can always download the podcasts. Now, you can find my podcasts at United Kingdom Talk. .co.uk, and they're going back 5 years there, okay? UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. That's where all my podcasts are, all the old shows, all right? But there are about 10 other presenters now on United Kingdom Radio, and we're always looking for more. If you want to try any of their shows and you can't join us live, simply go to UnitedKingdomRadio.co.uk and click on Download Podcasts on the left. And then just follow the instructions there, okay? UnitedKingdomRadio.co.uk. On the left, click Download Podcasts. All right? If you have any problem about downloading podcasts or anything like that, send me an email, chris@UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk, and I'll be pleased to sort of point you in the right direction on that, all right? Because sometimes people are not quite savvy on how to do these things. How long we got left? About 3 minutes. All right, time to open a real letter. Yes, you can also send letters into this programme, boys and girls. I'll give you the address at the end of the show. All right, go and grab yourself a pen. And I know this is going to be one of the lovely Kath's beautiful cards that she sends in. And this card she sent in today is a picture of a dog with a Dulux can on his head. A little dog with a Dulux can on his head. A Dulux is a plane. And Kath writes, Hi Chris, just a quick line to see if you have heard how Brian Botkin in the USA is doing. No, I haven't. I haven't heard about him for a while. I know he got lots of cards. I'm pleased to say, and I bet you're one of the people who sent them in, aren't you? Brian, so Gloria, I know it's Gloria in Florida. Would you like to just drop us a little email and tell us how Brian is doing, all right, my love? Do you know if he listens to your shows? No, I don't think he listens to the show, but other people who know him do, okay? I hope he is doing okay, and he is on the mends. Brian was having some, he's only a young boy, I think about 12 or 9, somewhere around that age, and he's got a nasty cancer that they're treating for at the moment. Do you have the latest count on the numbers of cards he received? No, but it was over 100. I remember getting the email and it did say it was over 100, all right? Hopefully that they have brightened up his days. Yeah, me too. Me too. Please send him our best wishes in case he listens into your show. That's all for now, Chris. Keep up the good work with your programme. It's always a pleasure to hear you chatter. You're like listening to an old friend. I hope I'm not that old, am I? I'm not that old yet. Best wishes from Kath in Wales. And once again, thank you for your lovely card, Kath, which I shall pin up on the wall behind me just after the show finishes. All right, which we're coming to the end of the show now. A few more messages coming in. Thag Ashlil says, talking about the download bit, Chris, I had my son check out what I was doing wrong, and he checked everywhere and said there was nothing there to download from the 14th and before. Should be all right now. I'll have another look, and I'll come back to him when we finish the show. All right, Lil? And Ben says, there's definitely 2 combinations that will fit. So Ben is going to try and win that radio on Friday. And that's it from me. Time to go, boys and girls. Don't forget the email address of the show, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. If you click the watch button on unitedkingdomradio.co.uk, I think you'll find Leave Meals on after me. Thanks for watching and listening. I'll see you Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock live here on unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. Bye-bye now.